All right, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of WTF Wednesdays with Laura and Shawna. Here we are. Shawna Speaks What Now, guys? What the fuck now? And you know how this goes. We just had to have a little sister. Clink, clink.
There you go.
Cheers to you, whatever that might be.
We're just trying to get through.
It's just Coke Zero, really. Okay.
Mine is not Coke Zero.
I never tell. No, I actually do. Y'all already know that about me. Okay.
Yeah, I was going to say.
So we weren't around last week. If anybody missed us, that would be great.
Yes.
I heard from a couple folks, but that's all right. This isn't for everyone. This is just for those who give a shit. And if you give a shit, we give a shit. Mm-hmm. And so we give a shit. So here we are.
Here we are.
WTF Wednesdays. And so we weren't around last Wednesday.
Nope.
Because we actually went to see Rachel Maddow.
We did.
At the Orpheum Theater, guys.
It was so awesome. It was so awesome.
And did you not feel like almost emotional?
I was emotional when she came out.
And we stood up.
And
I was like, oh shit.
Oh,
I'm like
teary.
shaking a little bit. Like,
yeah, I got a little teary. You know, I was like, oh, she's a hero.
I mean, I'm not a groupie. Yeah. I don't see people. I don't ask for
Uh-huh.
autographs. If I see you in a hotel, in a lounge, I don't care where it is. I'm never gonna be like, hey, can I get your autograph? Like, I'm not that person. But man, I was a little shook.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's the environment. I don't know if it's because I depend on listening to her. I trust what she says. Don't know her from Adam. But it felt some kind of way. Seeing her felt some kind of way. The vibe in there was interesting.
It was packed. It
was packed.
Yeah.
You know, being at the Orpheum Theater, it was cool. It's an old theater.
It is.
Woo, it was an old theater.
Those small
and
seats.
those seats were tight, guys.
They were tight.
They were tighter than movie seats. They are like, because movie seats now are made for, the thickest of us.
Yeah.
And but it was it was like worse, way worse than like airlines.
It was pretty tight.
Like I couldn't cross my legs.
No.
I could not. I was like next to this guy, and it's like he moved, I moved. I was like, oh geez.
Yeah.
So it was tight.
It was tight.
It was tight. I will say, I was a little discouraged though. I think you knew this. I was actually counting the black people in there, guys.
She was.
I was counting.
I
think I got up to 11.
You did.
Yeah, double digits. 11.
Yeah.
I remember going 11.
Yeah.
And late, because of course.
That's so wrong.
I know it's
so
wrong. But it was
so
right
wrong.
because that's what was happening. But it wasn't just them.
It wasn't.
It was actually just a couple people that were black and late.
There was a lot of late.
There was a lot of white people that were late.
Lots.
And just
it's annoying.
The sheer disrespect I felt of her being up there. We've only got her for an hour and a half or whatever, and giving us her knowledge and speaking, and we can't even do that without getting up and moving and drinks and like all of this shit so people can sit. And what a disruption, guys. Get there on time. If you only want to be have somebody live stream it. Like I don't know, but don't come.
We came from the vineyard, for God's sake.
Yeah, we live on an island,
and we were there,
not in space.
on time.
Okay, but we live on an island.
Yeah,
like we had to take a boat, a car, get a hotel. Like it was a whole thing.
Yeah,
and people probably like had to jump on the train or live down, wherever.
Yeah,
and they just kind of coming in with the little bag. Like check your privilege at the door, damn it. Like you're just coming in and walking, and it's like, excuse me, I need to sit there. It's like what shit, There were people sitting behind me, behind us, that were actually speaking about that type of disrespect, actually, and talking about. It was actually good because I was eavesdropping, and
so be careful of us people.
Yeah, she was talking, and I was like, "Shh, I'm listening," and because they were talking about a couple things. One, I'm glad I eavesdropped because they actually talked about Dr. Fauci being at a speaker series. And I heard the woman say speaker series, and I'm like, wait a minute, what speaker series? So I immediately went on my phone and started looking to see where he was going to be. And I'm like, oh shit, I actually need to follow this stuff so I could actually be at more of these. Like this was good stuff.
But what did she say about the speaker series?
But what she said about the speaker series was at some of these venues, like if you show up late, like it's like being in standby, like we do for getting off on the island on a boat. But if you don't show up at the time, like it's I forget, it's like 15 minutes before the show starts, they come out to speak, you're not getting in, and they have a line of people waiting that they let in. Like, so no, you don't get in, but your seat is now taken by somebody else. And I'm like, oh, that's something to do. Because if you do that, people will stop showing up on time.
They will.
It was just...
They should have closed the doors on these people.
Some people actually had their phones on, guys. Yeah. There was a phone ringing, and she was like, standing on the stage, like...
looking for the phone. Yeah.
And I'm thinking, oh my God.
That's just so rude.
And there was a woman sitting in front of me who kept picking up her phone, and the light was super bright.
Us. It was very bright.
She was an older lady. It was fine, but she was on 1% battery. Granny.
She wasn't laughing.
I was looking like, you on 1% battery. You need to save that shit if something happens to your ass. Like, how you going to call anybody when you leave here? But anyway,
trouble.
Yeah, she wouldn't save her battery. She doesn't know how to put it on to the low battery mode. So. Anyway, so we were there. She was actually promoting this book, what came out in 2023.
Yeah.
Hardcover.
Yeah. And
every one of us got a
paperback.
Thank you. I was going to say soft. Soft cover.
Paperback.
And of the prequel, which it looks like she kind of knew this was coming.
Yeah.
All this shit was coming, guys. This is good. Get it if you don't have it. I'm telling you. And she spoke about it. She read some stuff from it. She came out. She stood up. She's tall. I've seen pictures of her before. She's tall. She's got long legs. She's thin. She's tall. She looks the same. It's all great. In black jacket, jeans. She was cool.
She's the same.
Except
in person, right?
Mm-hmm.
In person, I thought she was more lively. She was more...
There's things she can't say on TV.
She was free. She was more free.
Yeah.
And I thought, if you have a chance to see her in person, oh my God, go.
Yep.
Okay, because one, there's nothing like smart people. Smart people who know how to talk, okay, are just because there's a lot of smart people, but they don't all know how to talk.
That's right.
And
for me, having a conversation with somebody who's smart, like that is, to me, that is so, that's a turn on.
Yeah.
And I don't mean that like in a sexual way. I'm just saying that's a that is very intriguing to me.
Yeah.
Like I can sit and I mean, God knows I can talk. But I want to learn, like, I want to hear it. I want to soak it up. I want to hear what you have to say. Like, I loved it. I actually loved it. She was great. She was on there. She was up there for about an hour and a half.
And she was optimistic.
And what was good, my takeaway from her was that she was optimistic. Her approach of handling this crisis that we're in, and she said a couple of things that I thought were funny that I thought, she couldn't say that on TV. And I'm like, okay, Rachel, I see you getting a little loose here, and I like it. I like it. I definitely like it. But she was great. I think you should definitely check it out. I did record some of her audio. I'm not going to play it or anything. But just so we can go back, I've listened to it already twice because it was good information. She did say, keep fighting. Like, it's different now than it was with the stories here, from back then in the different times, of America fighting against fascism.
Different.
Not completely, but she's saying we are different because we are in a time where we are fighting. We're not putting up with this shit, and we are dealing with it from day one. And she said that's not what happened there, right? They were late to the game, but we are not late to the game, and she feels like it's going to get worse before it gets better, but at the end it will be better because we are going to continue to fight because people are hitting the streets still every day, and I know we bring this up all the time.
Yep.
They are hitting the streets every day and still hitting it every day for different reasons. People are bullshit, and we should all be bullshit, but we say that a lot. So what was your takeaway?
We do. I was just so impressed with the fact that in 2016, she felt the need to start reading everything fascism from our past. And from that, she wrote this book. And it's all true. And it's amazing. And I haven't even begun to dig into it yet. But from everything that she went over, we are in some shit, people. And we are paying attention. Thank you. I'm very, very appreciative that we are paying attention. But we need to be more proactive. And even though, she's optimistic because we're doing the fight, it's not getting better. He's losing in court. but we're losing in the pocketbook.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And he is ignoring, all right, a lot of the court orders. So we may find ourselves having to do something drastic in the end, but I'm getting ahead of myself, and we need to like delve into what's been happening when we weren't able to talk to you last week because, you know, we were visiting Rachel.
Yeah, and she like takes precedent, guys.
Yeah, she did. So
she does.
We love you guys, but you know, Rachel.
If you love us, we love you.
Yeah, but Rachel.
Yeah, man,
it
was
Rachel.
I could listen to her talk every day. In fact, just really wish she was back on 5 nights a week.
Yeah, if it wasn't Rachel, it would have been Nicole.
Oh, I'll take Nicole. I'll take Deadline White House.
Yeah,
any day.
I would.
Any day.
You know, I'd even go see Chris Hayes.
Oh yeah,
I like Chris Hayes. Yeah.
I'd see Chris too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I go see Lawrence too.
I just want to see John Howman. That's like my guy. Like I love John Howman. Oh my God, I love John Howman. Wu-Tang. Okay. Go get him, John. He's always got his Wu-Tang up there on that iPad.
We are so procrastinating.
I love John Howman. If you don't know him, check him out. He's a piece of work.
He is.
He is a piece of work. And where's the circus? Like, they need to get back on this.
Wow.
Man, I don't know if the circus is ever coming back, but that show was something.
That was
Woo!
Amazing.
Loved it. Yeah. So that was that's our situation from last week and why we weren't around. But those are my takeaways from her. I thought she was amazing.
She was.
And so let's kind of jump into some things that are happening, and I think we should probably jump in with a big what the fuck moment, which is you laugh when I say that, but you know that's how I talk.
I know, it's true too. It's just like
you know, this WTF didn't just come around. It was just kind of like, what the fuck, man.
It was organic.
It was very organic, and it was like, you know what? I think Wednesdays will be those. Yeah. You know, other times we'll have different conversations, but that is kind of where we are. Yeah. And so I think we should probably jump into the what the fuck moment. Really, number one that's on our minds heavy is Project Homecoming.
Oh my God.
Project Homecoming. Yeah, not the homecoming you're thinking of. Not going homecoming to schools. I've been to plenty of college homecomings. You know, barbecues, football games. Yeah, not that kind of homecoming. Not that kind. This is Project Homecoming or Executive Order. Yeah. And by golly, you want to leave this country? We'll even give you an exit bonus.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll give you a flight. We'll give you some money.
We have a concierge.
Yeah. All you have to do is sign up on the app.
Yes, it's so easy.
Yeah. Now the app.
That doesn't track you at all.
It doesn't, not at all. And now this app, all right, was first implemented, okay, I think it's CRB1 app, all right, was implemented by the Biden administration. So when you came to the border, you could sign up on this app and start your lawful entry into the country. Right. Okay.
Like a process on any
right.
Just, yeah.
Okay, so, which was very helpful. A lot of people did it. It was very helpful. Well, this diabolical regime took that out, all right, and they retooled it, and now it's your exit app, okay? So you go onto this app, and you put in all your information, and who you are, where you are, where you're going, all this good information.
You're always watching.
And you put on this app. You know, and this will start your process of voluntarily exiting the country, and they're going to give you $1,000 and a plane ticket. So I could be talking out my ass here, okay?
Not really.
I would not.
Really. Sorry, guys. Yep.
I would not trust it. I wouldn't trust it. And if you want to leave, then my God, just go. Okay? If you're worried about these people, just go. Do not tell them who you are and where you are and all this other stuff because you think you're going to get freebies. Do you know how many times have we watched those shows, right? Where they've set these people up and they call them and they say, you won something good. You won something free. All you have to do is come down here and to this and pick it up on TV, right? And all it is the cops setting up because nobody can pass up winning something, right? And so the cops are setting them up to come down and arrest them.
That's right.
So what freaking guarantee?
Is that entrapment? Is that not entrapment?
No, because they're already criminals.
But these are not.
This is
They're
not going to charge you. They're just going to sweep you up and ship you out, but you don't know where they're going to ship you out. And if you put your information in this app, and again, I could be wrong, check with your lawyer or somebody you know, or, I would not do it. I'm just telling you, I would not do it. All right, I would not do it. I would not tell somebody where I was. They're shipping people to freaking El Salvador. Gitmo when they have a chance. Right? Where else were they sending them? They were sending them to Panama. The edge of the jungle in Panama.
They're trying to send them to Libya? Was it Libya? Where were they trying
Libya.
to
Libya's on the radar now.
Yeah.
Okay, Libya.
They have to stop that
Libya.
Libya.
Yeah.
I mean, I definitely, these are all my vacation spots. These are all the places I want to go. It's like, check. Libya, check.
Yeah, right?
Gitmo, check.
Yeah. So, exactly. All right. So,
and isn't he talking about Alcatraz or something? Isn't he trying to do something? Was it Alcatraz? Or,
yeah.
Was it Alcatraz or what's the other?
He saw a movie. He saw a movie. He's talking out his ass. He don't know what
Rachel did say he was like a 4-year-old with the terrorists.
I
He
saw
think
a movie.
that he doesn't really know what they are.
No.
That he's like waiting like for this big treasure box. Remember she said that? He's waiting for like a big treasure box. She called him a 4-year-old or a 4th grader. I think, was it 4th grade? Because I thought that was like an insult to all 4th graders.
Yeah.
4th graders, I know you're not watching this, but I know some 4th graders and they're amazing. Like really smart. And she did say he's like with the tariffs, like he doesn't really know, like he's just sitting there waiting for like a big treasure box to come with like a box of like treasures, like for the tariffs,
the tariff treasures.
Yeah, man. Even she knows.
Yeah,
he's dumb as rocks, guys. Sorry, rocks. I keep saying that because the rocks really have feelings. Sometimes.
I was gonna say,
Can we
stop
Google
calling
that?
rocks dumb.
Oh my god. Okay.
So this is a story. This app is part of your exit strategy.
Yep.
All right. Their exit strategy. They are sending people emails, Americans emails, to self-deport. Okay. And they're getting their names from law firms that they may have been associated with, or they had something going on. Not because they're Americans that they're asking to self-deport. Okay. And they haven't even touched the app. Imagine what would happen if you touched the app. So I would not use the app. I wouldn't.
But if you have a phone, you can follow you anyway. You got to watch your phone. I mean, we're
all walking around with, you are, though.
We're all walking around with chips in our neck, guys. They're looking for us. They know where we are. They could show up right now.
But this app will tell them where you are. So don't do it. I'm just saying, don't do it. Be safe.
Don't fall for it.
Don't fall for it. Because
protect yourself.
To me, it feels like, one of those shows where they get the bad guys all in one place so they can arrest them. So don't do it. Okay?
Yep.
So that was Homecoming. Now, you had actually looked on the website.
The White House website.
The White House website.
My Mac was going to blow up when I went on. I swore it was going to blow up. I was like, and I was like, sorry, Apple. So sorry. I was not. I did not want to even get on that website. I honest to God, when I got on the website and it was like the White House, I went, like, it's the first time I've actually done that because it just sickens me. It absolutely sickens me. So I was like, I can't believe I'm going to read this shit. Like, I can't believe I'm going to do this. But I thought their Project Homecoming little write-up was very interesting. Establishing the Project Homecoming. I thought it was interesting, some of the words that they used in here, like concierge. Like, oh, you're going to take my laundry? Are you going to do my laundry? It's great. No, they're not going food shopping for you. So it's a different type of concierge. And so they offer a concierge service at airports to assist with booking travel and claiming an exit bonus. I mean, it's like this way that they put it out there so that they're like, oh, it doesn't seem so bad. No, it doesn't seem bad. Right? So, and then it goes on to say, they've launched a nationwide communications campaign to inform illegal aliens of the Project Homecoming program, and all of the consequences of remaining, including removal, taking your ass out of here, prosecution, fines, wage garnishments. Well, shit, you got to be working and paying taxes
for them to garnish
your wages.
Yeah, you
so they're working and paying taxes, but who cares, right? Yeah, like you're giving back to the country, but who cares? You don't belong here. Get out of here.
You're brown.
Get out of here, brown people.
You're brown.
Get out of here.
Did you look?
Yeah.
Because if
you better stop bleaching. That's what I'm saying.
You're brown.
What the hell?
Saying. Okay.
And property confiscation. So they just take your shit, do whatever. And now they direct a full-scale aggressive deportation surge, including 20,000 additional officers for illegal aliens who do not depart voluntarily. Wow. So what I thought about this was the part where it said ending the invasion. Invasion is the operative word here, which I thought was wow. Because, before he talked about when Miss Dummy was in office last time, talking about the caravans. That's what it reminded me of. You know? They're invading, they're coming, the caravans are coming.
Exactly.
And I'm like, caravans? Everybody knows I hate fucking caravans. Minivans, caravans. Sorry, if you have one, we're probably not friends.
Yeah.
But I just, you got bad taste in cars, but it's cool. I can't do it, right? What are the 3 things that I hate? That everybody I think that knows me knows. In fact, this was going to be the name of my podcast. And some of you know this. What are the 3 things that I hate? Crocs. Oh my God. Trash. Caravans. Right. They're horrible. I've gotten almost hit by a lot of them with a bunch of kids in it. Sure. No doubt. And I've actually had guys try to pick me up in one. What? First of all, I'm married. I don't want your ass. But second of all, caravan? You're driving a fucking minivan and your wife made you buy that piece of shit and it's got sliding doors because, we're just lazy. We don't even open doors anymore.
She didn't want it, so she made you drive it.
Yeah, if you want nobody to want your husband, make him drive one of those pieces of shit because ain't nobody looking at him. Promise. Because we know, what we know? There's kids, there's car seats. Yeah. There's also probably French fries down in the sides of those seats. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have a caravan issue. And Texas. Caravans, Crocs, and Texas.
Yeah.
3 things I fucking hate in Florida. You're right there, buddy. Yeah. You're right there. You're there. And so those are the 3 things I hate. So caravans, back to that. When he talked about caravans and invasions, that's what I kept thinking about. Was like, oh my God, they're using this word again. Mm-hmm. So on the White House website is ending the invasion, right?
Right.
And that just sickened me because that is that fear-based framing.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yep.
That here we go again with the dehumanizing.
Yep.
Highly charged comments and just inflaming racism and fear in people. Like I'm like, they put this shit on the website. I mean, there's just no shame here. They don't give a flying fuck. They just don't. They just don't. They just don't. I know my brother's gonna say I say fuck too much, but sorry, not sorry. They don't give a fuck.
So that leads into what happened in New Jersey. That they don't care.
They don't care.
No.
You're talking about the airport?
I'm talking about when they arrested, wasn't that in New Jersey? In Newark? When they arrested the mayor?
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah, that part.
At the ICE detention center?
Oh, yes.
That was built by a private prison group?
Private prisons.
Okay. Now, we knew that the private prison people were going to get involved in the ICE detention facilities. We knew that. If you didn't, you were not paying attention. Okay, I can never say that enough. You were not paying attention. Okay, so this mayor who was it Ras Baraka?
Yeah,
Ras Baraka.
Baraka.
Okay, so he's been protesting around this
Baraka.
illegal facility.
Yeah.
Okay, because he said they never got the correct permits. They never built it legally. So he's been protesting at this illegal facility, and I'm going to call it illegal because the mayor said it is. I'm going with that. All right. So 3 members of Congress went to do an oversight inspection, right? And he decided that he was going to go into the facility because they wouldn't let him, these ICE Geo Group wannabe people were not allowing the mayor into the facility. So he figured he would go into the facility with these Congress people who were there to do oversight. They let the Congress people in, but they wouldn't let him in. They forcibly removed him. And then there was an altercation outside, and they arrested him for trespassing. So they arrested him for trespassing. He ends up in court. There's backlash because they arrested a freaking mayor, all right? And all they had to do was prove that the facility was legal. But these people feel like they can do whatever the hell they want, and they don't have to prove anything. Let me tell you something, people. Try to build a freaking garage without the right permits, okay? And they will come and tear your shit down, all right? But you can go build a ICE facility without the right permits, okay? And the mayor can't even go see it? Are you freaking kidding me?
Yep.
All right. And that just tells you I live on an island.
That's right. Try to build anything on this island.
Try to build anything without the permits, and it ain't happening.
Gosh.
Okay.
What a nightmare.
So he goes to court. They're charging him with trespassing. There is such a backlash over this that now Homeland is, which by the way, I've always hated that whole Homeland thing.
Homeland Security?
I've always hated.
You mean since 9/11?
I hated the formation of it because it sounded so fascist to me.
Yeah.
All right. I am a student of World War II. I wasn't there, but I'm a student.
I was about to say.
No. And it just sounds so damn fascist to me. So, anyway, now because of the backlash, they are threatening to charge the Congress people who entered the facility by right, okay, with crimes.
Yeah.
All right? Because that's what these people do. All right? They do not, they don't say, you know what, I made a mistake. They don't do that. All right? There's nothing wrong with saying you made a mistake and fixing the mistake. Anything, almost anything except a dead body, can be fixed.
Well,
okay?
not everybody gets caught.
All right. So it's just, this is what we're living through. And this is obviously the fault of the 75 million people that did not vote. Just saying. I don't know if it was 75.
It was too many.
It was too many.
Regardless.
Yeah, it was too many people who did not vote.
Yep.
All right. So, and that's why we find ourselves in this freaking mess that we're in. But this is part of the whole immigration debacle that we're going through.
That's right.
All right. And people, innocent people, are Americans, all of us. This is affecting all of us. You may be sitting in your nice warm house with your TV and your after work cocktail and having your dinner or whatever, and you're sitting there and you're watching, the 6:30 news, and you're saying, well, isn't that a shame? Click. All right. And because
right, Wheel of Fortune's on.
Right? Wheel of Fortune's
on now.
And you feel like it's not affecting you. Okay? Let me just tell you about not affecting you.
Yeah.
Today, they did a sweep of the Village in Florida. The Village. Okay? You know the Village in Florida? The Village in Florida where all the elderly people in their damn golf carts, okay, with their Trump foolishness. All right. And they went into the Village and they swept up all of their landscapers and all of their construction people. They all had yellow vests on because they were all working. All right. I saw the truck. All right. There's a picture of the truck. Go Google it. I
didn't know this. I did not know this.
I saw this today. Right. They all had yellow vests on because they were outside working. All right. They just swept them up. That's a message, people. In Florida. All right. That's a message. We will get you. Nobody is protected. You may be a Trump voter, but
you better mow your own damn lawn, Trump voters, because guess what? Jose is gone.
Because unless you've paid off the regime, you don't get shit. So, anyway,
okay.
Yeah, so
Wow,
that's
I did not know that.
Yeah, that's my thing about
because there's shit all the time. It's stuff happening every day. Like
every
you can't
day.
keep up. We could just update all day long.
We could update all day long. Like, remember Oklahoma?
Oklahoma.
Yeah, remember Oklahoma with those poor that woman and her children,
her daughter were put out in the rain.
They were put out in the rain while these people
came in and took all their money.
ICE and FBI stole from them. After knowing that they were the wrong people, they still stole from them.
Sure.
Yeah. So, newsflash.
Is there an update?
There's an update. So Homeland Security has decided, even though they have shown that the people they were looking for sold that house and are no longer in the vicinity, they've decided they want the house. Homeland Security has decided that they want to seize the property. Yeah.
Okay. Why?
Because it belonged to the person they were looking for. Previously. Not
so
now.
So the criminal lives in your house prior to you buying it. Yeah. And they come there and they go, oh shit, he ain't even here.
Yeah.
Oh, but you are. Oh, okay. We're going to take this house.
We're going to take your shit and then we're going to take your house.
I'm sorry, what?
Even though you have nothing to do with this at all. Because America. Can we just say America?
Yeah, say it like that, like a hillbilly.
Because we're in America now.
Deplorable ass.
All right? We're in America.
Oh, my God.
All right? Yeah. So I just want, I'm
so don't give me back all the shit you took from me. No, just take, now you're going to make it worse. Now you're going to put me out. Now you're going to take, and when the state's going to let that happen?
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll see. I don't think so. I don't think so because
that's more
they're losing in court over and over and over again. But they keep damaging people. That's the thing.
Well, that's the thing, right? It's that whole, people. Ask for forgiveness instead of permission.
Yeah.
So they just do the shit.
Yep.
And then they're like, oh, yeah, they're about that. Yeah, well, you already screwed up all this. So it's, I did not know that.
So you want to talk about the white refugees?
Oh, yeah, let's do that. Because that is always fascinating to me, the white refugees from South Africa. Let's do it.
So they're getting rid of all the brown people. So they need someone to replace them. Except these white refugees are not going to come in and mow your lawn. No, because they are privileged white refugees from South Africa. Now, the reason why they're leaving South Africa is because they feel oppressed. Because the black people in Africa actually now have equal rights.
God forbid.
They have equal rights. So now they're oppressed.
So let me get this right. Okay, so the white South Africans are like, hey, what? Black Africans? Like, you get to do what I do? Wait, you're the same as me now?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I gotta go.
Yeah.
I gotta go. We can't do this. I have to be here. You have to be here.
Yeah. So now I'm a refugee.
You have to be beneath me, so I'm a refugee now.
Yeah.
So after, though, Trump, they took away the refugee, what you call it?
Status
process or whatever. That whole program or whatever.
Oh yeah.
They took that away.
Yeah.
But now this?
Yeah, well see, in February, Donald Trump, the Mad King, signed an order saying that the white South Africans should be fast-tracked refugees to this country because they were in danger. They were in danger. Yeah, they lied.
If these are not mind fucks to you, then you might have never had a mind fuck. This is like, what?
He actually called it white genocide. Yeah, he did. Yeah. So, do you get the whole racism thing that's been going on here? And that is, they're trying to white out the country.
Literally.
Which is why it doesn't matter if you've committed a crime. It doesn't matter, okay, that you're doing things the right way. It doesn't matter, okay, that you have a green card or a social security card.
You went through the proper channels to be here.
That you did everything legally. That you have even been to court and are protected, like Mr. Garcia was, okay. It doesn't matter because you're brown. Okay? Because you're brown. So, if you are not paying attention, Okay? Just saying. If you're not paying attention.
This is a mess, man.
Yeah, it is. So, I'm going to throw something else into the mix with this. And then we can move on to the next thing. Because there's always something else. All right. There is a group of migration ministries. Okay. The Episcopal Church is a member of this group. So are a lot of different ministries. They were told by the Trump administration, because they accepted federal money.
That's my cat scratching. Just so
because they accepted federal money for their migration ministries, right, to help settle, right, that they had to help the white South Africans get settled in this country. So I don't know about all of them. I only know about the Episcopal because I read the letter today that the Episcopalian Public Affairs Office released, which said that because all of the refugee work that they were doing had been stopped by the federal government, right?
Yep.
All of it. And all of this, and they had been working, they had resettled over 110,000 people. Okay? Over 100, that's a lot. That's a lot. They worked very hard, all right, to help resettle migrants to this country. That was their ministry, okay? And they're part of this coalition with other religious and NGO people, so non-governmental people, to get this stuff done, right? So, to resettle migrants. The federal government put a stop to, like, all of it, right? Everybody just stopped. And now they're being told that they have to help, because they accept federal money for this program, that they have to help resettle these Afrikaners, these white Afrikaners. Now, I have to give the Episcopal Church mad props. They said no. They said no. They said no. They said no. They said they're not doing it. They said that you can keep your money and
your South Africans.
And your South Africans. They didn't say it like that. But what they said was basically it's racist. Okay?
Oh my God.
They were stopped from doing the work, the important work that they were doing, right, with actual persecuted people of color, Christians that are being actually persecuted, okay, in other countries from Iran and everything. The persecuted, I mean really persecuted, all right, and because they're not white, the Trumps don't care. They don't care. So the point is, when they sit up there and they say, well, you know, it's about the Christians. No, it's not. It's only about the white Christians. Because the first and foremost, it's the racism. It's the racism. So the Episcopal Church is pulled out of the migration ministries. Wow. They pulled out, and they said that they will find a different way, okay, to do migration ministries without, and they got a great deal of money from the federal government before this regime came in, all right, there's no way that they can replace that money because it was a lot, but that they will they will work things differently, but they will not be, they were forced to abandon real refugees.
Right.
And not the pretend ones from Africa, not the fake ones that are coming over to take the place, okay, of real refugees. Yeah, it's just, so I found that amazing today.
Yeah, because it's not like he's not going after immigrants who are here from like Norway.
Right.
Or Denmark, or anywhere, any other white country, really.
No.
That has, that have come here. They're just living large. Like, they're doing whatever. Like, and that's fine. Like, nobody's coming for you. That's great. Like, you're protected. You're protected because...
Your whiteness.
Because of your whiteness. Again, like...
Whiteness has always been a protection.
It's just, I mean, my God, guys. Like, wow.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Isn't that wild?
That's wild.
That is,
that's wild.
What's wild is that they said no.
No,
Yeah.
I'm glad that they said no. I'm glad that they said no. Unfortunately, other people suffer.
I don't know about the other people in the ministries, because there was quite a list of people, Catholic bishops, Lutheran. I believe there was some Israel. I don't know all of the groups, but I actually clicked on the letter that was released by the Episcopalians, and that was the only one I saw that said, we're not doing this. No, we're not.
I mean, good kudos to them. Kudos to them for standing up.
Yeah,
but you still
so
get,
much
you
work
still get
though.
hit.
It's just
it's yeah.
And
so again, it's gonna get worse. It's gonna get worse before it gets better. I mean, we do know that, right?
Yep. We absolutely know that. This whole immigration thing is a ruse. It's a ruse, because it's make America white again. That's what this is about. Okay? And the cuts to Medicaid and this travesty of a budget that they're trying to force through, all right, is a way of it's eugenics. They're trying to cull the herd. They're trying to get rid of people who are sick. They're trying to get rid of elderly people. They're trying to get rid of people who are sick. They're trying to get rid of people who need help. Okay? This whole lousy, nasty excuse for Christian is just so disgusting. Okay? So when you see one of those jackasses wearing a cross, all right, laugh at them. Laugh at them.
She will do that too.
Okay? In a heartbeat. All right, so Kristi Noem and, oh my God, the spokeswoman Barbie from hell, Levitt.
Yeah.
All right, who wears her Christianity like, how could you, she's like the Inquisition. Okay, she's like, she's Inquisition. That's her. That's her. And, she would like dunk you and try to fry you and all this and say, you're not dead yet.
Yep.
I think you're a witch.
Yep.
Put you back in the water.
Yep.
That's her. That's her in a nutshell. So it's, that's who these people are. That's who they, and if you question them, they come after you, but we're going to keep coming after them. That's what we're going to do.
You can't stop.
No.
You absolutely can't
Just like
stop.
Congress went after Kristi Noem.
And they did go after her. And boy, they did go for her. And I loved
Yeah.
every minute of it because she's horrible. She is just a horrible person. So she deserves everything she gets.
She does. She
you know,
does.
She really deserves everything that she gets.
Yeah.
So
what else you got?
So that immigration stuff is just. I mean, we could talk about that forever.
Yeah, and we're not going to get tired of it because now they're coming after Massachusetts. They're coming after us more and more. Mm-hmm. The Worcester thing that just happened. Now, Massachusetts police are not supposed to help ICE. They are not supposed to help ICE. But Governor Healy, if she wants to keep her damn job, has got to stop standing up there and saying, we are not a sanctuary state. Okay? Stop it. Okay? I don't know who you're afraid of, but stop it. Because it doesn't matter how you try to say we're not a sanctuary state. Almost every freaking city in this state has said that they're a sanctuary city. So, get over yourself. And it's not going to stop Trump from coming after us.
Oh, no.
It's not going to stop him from going after Harvard.
Nope.
We are Massachusetts. We are home to the original royal family, the Kennedys. All right? And he cannot stand that. Why do you think he's got crazy ass Robert F. Jr., okay, in his regime to try to give it some kind of shine, Kennedy shine? But you know what? You can't shine shit.
That's for sure.
And they refuse to take credit. They don't want, he's a great brother. He shouldn't be in charge of anything. That's what they said over and over again. Did you see he took his grandchildren swimming?
Robert F. Kennedy?
Yeah. Yesterday. He took them swimming in a swimming hole in a national park that the National Park Service said had, what did they say it had in it? bad stuff. I don't remember what it was.
At a national park?
Yeah, and that you don't swim in it because you could get sick. And he took his grandchildren there because, I don't know if he's puffed up on steroids and his brain is dead. I don't know. I do know that a man his age does not naturally look like that, okay? And that if he was my grandfather, I wouldn't go anywhere with him. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't go anywhere with him because he's a dangerous man. He's a dangerous man. And again, you can't shine shit. Yeah. So they're going to keep coming after Massachusetts because they're jealous of Massachusetts. All right? Because we won't bend the knee. We will not bend the knee.
And there it is, folks.
There it is.
Massachusetts. Boston strong.
Uh-huh.
Listen. Yes. And speaking of Massachusetts, I was looking at the tariff situation and trying to figure out really how Massachusetts is being hit with the tariffs.
Yep.
And looking at, what we import from, where we import from, where we export to, all of that good stuff or whatever. And I came across, so it looks like our imports mostly come from Canada.
Right.
At 924 million. So no help there, really.
We're not going to get help because they haven't backed off the tariffs on Canada.
Nope. And our top export is gold, which I actually wasn't aware of.
Me either.
And goes mostly to China, right?
I didn't know that either.
But our top export destination is actually the United Kingdom.
Okay.
At 451 million. So I thought that was I didn't expect that. I didn't expect that.
What do we export?
We export gold, 490 million. This is as of February.
To the UK?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Vaccines, blood, toxins, cultures, medical instruments.
Oh, okay. Because we're
machines and apparatuses used for semiconductors, things like that.
Oh, all right.
Lots of money there, lots of stuff.
Okay.
So I was looking at Massachusetts and really, the tariffs affects everything. I mean, food, everything. I was looking today online on something that was breaking down like the actual cost of like a BLT, bacon, lettuce, tomato, mayonnaise, and I was like, "What is that? Hellman's? It better be Hellman's.
It better be Hellman's.
I'm only eating Hellman's mayonnaise, guys.
We don't use any other mayonnaise.
It's Hellman's for me."
No.
So I'm like, "What?" And I'm looking and I'm like watching a graph go up about, and I'm like, "Yeah, it was very interactive. It was very user friendly." And I'm thinking, "Ha! This is a trick to see, how much things have gone up, actually from Biden's inauguration to Trump's inauguration and now." So it's that was a very good thing to see. You should check that out. And so I was looking at, and I found this article that basically said there's a lot on the line, right, for Massachusetts. But there was an article about from vinegar to vanilla. And I was like, vinegar to vanilla. I can't even keep saying that because it's going to come out wrong, guys, if I keep saying vinegar.
Yeah, vinegar.
Vinegar to vanilla. I just know I'm going to say something really bad. And I thought, this is interesting. So it's a place in Worcester that makes vinegar. And they're being hit. It's a small business, right? And they're being hit with the tariffs, right down to what their they have a really funky bottle shape. So they have their own bottles that they get from China, and now their shipments are costing way up because of the tariffs,
right?
And so and the vanilla extract, the lady's name is Claire Cheney. She's the owner of Curio Spice Company in Cambridge. Okay. And she was talking about, she imports vanilla beans from Madagascar.
Right.
And so she was saying like a $5,000 order of a 55-pound bag of vanilla beans would jump up to $2,000 overnight.
Ooh.
And she's just like, damn.
Madagascar. For real? Come on.
Yeah. And so her vanilla extract, which you use all the time,
I do.
bakers, all the stuff, can go from $16 to $30. So that's really what we have to think about when we think about these tariffs is not looking at the big stuff, because that stuff confuses me. I get frazzled with all those numbers and all that mess. I need like the bottom line. Right. I need to say, okay, it was 5 and now it's 7, or it's 8 and now it's 10, whatever it is. Right. So when they say this vanilla extract goes from $16 to $30, yeah, that concerns me. And it's gonna, we're gonna kill these small businesses. That's just that's just what's gonna happen.
Right.
Right down to oysters.
We have a lot of oyster farms.
And New Bedford, New Beige, my place, the Secret City. Holla. Yeah, that they're having issues there. The oyster farmers are having real issues over there. They say with the soft market, they can't transfer those costs, those added expenses to the customers because they'll just stop buying them.
They will.
It's not something they have to have, and they'll be like, yeah, no oysters for me, guys. I don't even eat oysters, but I feel bad for the oysters.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
And so
this man is such a horror.
Oh, just right down to the basic stuff. And I was reading about a Cuddy Hump. Actually, Cuddy Hump.
Yeah, they just got funding cut.
Cuddy Hump. It was about a boat and the cost of boats. And so the guy was talking, the fisherman was talking about the cost of boats. And he was saying that he bought a boat and it was $85,000. Yeah. Okay. It was built in Canada. And he bought it for $85,000. Mm-hmm. But by the time it arrived to Rhode Island, with the tariffs, it was $110,000.
Right.
So it's an extra $25,000 he has not budgeted for.
Yeah.
So it affects everyday people, right? And unfortunately, a lot of the farmers and stuff, it really sucks for them, because the sad reality is that they actually voted for him.
Yeah.
And
they're losing their market.
Right. Most of the people in the fishing industry voted for him. And they're getting their ass kicked.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to say they deserve it. I'm just saying they're getting their ass kicked, because this affects all of us. From when we go buy food, from the gas pump to the grocery store to whatever. It's like, And
why did they vote for him?
Well, I don't know that we can solve the insanity of that.
Because they weren't listening.
What's not rational, guys.
Because they weren't paying attention to what he was saying. Mm-hmm. He did everything he said he was going to do. Mm-hmm. I don't understand why y'all just can't take somebody for their word. When they tell you who they are, freaking believe them.
So small businesses are getting their ass kicked, and they're going to continue to, because these are things we don't necessarily need. Like not $30.
Yeah, I know.
Not. You don't need more than 5 pencils. You don't need more than 5 pencils, damn it.
Nobody does.
I use mechanical pencils myself.
I don't.
But I do buy them a lot. Only a certain brand, though. Paper Mate. Love you guys. Shout out to Paper Mate. Send me those pencils. They won't. And they won't, because they're not watching.
They're not watching.
That's just the way this goes. And I don't put my shit out there. So anyway, but that's what's happening. It's the simple things like that. And people are not shopping as much. They're not going to small businesses. Small businesses used to, they were rising for quite a while. Yeah. Now it's like, I don't really need that t-shirt. You know what I mean? Like, that's great.
Things are a little quiet.
Things are quieter.
Things are a little quiet right now.
And so in Massachusetts, they said, small business sales have already gone down 10% just from last year. And they're going to continue to go down, because people aren't going to travel as much. They're not going to do a lot of stuff. Or they might travel, but they're not going to stop at the local.
They're going overseas.
Yeah. Well, why the hell wouldn't you?
It's cheaper.
Shit. Or people who travel here. Right? They're not gonna come here either. Like, there's already, some of that happening.
Yeah, there is.
And even if they come here, they're gonna come here and they're gonna go to the beach, but they might not be going and picking up shrimp from the fish market.
Right.
Or having fish sandwiches or things like that. Like, so everything is gonna fall.
Yeah.
Before it gets better. I do say there are no mistakes, so I do believe this is all happening for a reason, whatever the hell that is. But it's a big slap in the face for real. In a lot of places.
Oh, we know why this is happening.
Oh, do tell, Laura Ann. Do tell.
This is happening because we didn't finish the Civil War.
That might be a little too much history for me.
I'm sorry. It is.
I don't know.
Y'all need to think about it. I'm just saying.
Boy, we didn't finish the Civil War.
Yeah, we didn't finish
it. Oh, shit. That's a whole nother show.
It is another show.
I'm going to have to research that, guys.
But that is why we're going through this racist bullshit.
Yeah.
Okay? Sure. Because we didn't punish the South for losing. And we should have. Okay? And so, right from the get-go, they said, oh, we can get away with that shit. Okay? So, but again, she's right. I'm not going there. But I will say, first black mayor in Omaha, Nebraska has
has a black mayor?
Omaha.
I might go there for my ribeyes. I finally might go to Nebraska. What?
Omaha, Nebraska just elected their first black mayor who beat a Republican incumbent.
Oh.
That's what's going on. And that's why Trump is worried. He's worried, okay, that local races.
Shit. I gotta look.
Yeah.
What did Rachel do when people yelled in the audience? Oh, wait, I gotta write that down. She was like, oh, what'd you say? I'm gonna write that down.
He did too.
What?
Yeah. So.
Oh, I did not
local
know
races make a difference. And what happened here yesterday with local races?
The lower the vote. You mean the two people who showed up to vote yesterday?
Yeah.
Those people.
Yeah.
Was it me and you?
Yeah, I think it was.
I think it was just me and you.
Yeah, I think so. I think our husbands.
4 people.
Our husbands go?
Yeah. I think there might be 4.
Might be 4 people voted. Yeah. So at 4:30 yesterday afternoon, only 145 people have voted in the town of Tisbury, Martha's Vineyard. All right, and I left and started texting everybody like, "You need to vote." And
she texted me.
And what was the final count?
I think it was 242, 252, something like that.
That is pathetic. That is pathetic. How many of those races went uncontested?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That is worse than pathetic.
People aren't getting involved.
Okay? It's like, how are we supposed to... Civic engagement. Okay? It's been a long time since I've been in school. I'm going to be 64 years old. It's been a long time. But for the love of Pete, civics, your obligation to your town, to your city, to your state, to your government.
Mm-hmm.
You have an obligation as a citizen to be engaged. So you're allowing in Tisbury 245 people, okay, to elect your representatives for the entire town.
Mm-hmm.
You stupid people. Just saying. So you were saying? I just had to say that.
I see. I
I
hear and I see.
I'm sorry. I was annoyed.
I hear and I see.
I was very annoyed.
And she's annoyed.
I was very annoyed with that.
She is very annoyed. And she is very annoyed.
Mm.
And so I get that. We're pretty freaking annoyed.
Yeah.
And we're not just annoyed on Wednesdays, guys.
No,
we're annoyed every day. Every day. But no, we don't live the life of oh my God, the world is crashing right now. No, because we still have to live and go to work and do whatever. We do. We're still doing, sharing.
And we have a sense of humor.
And we do. We do. If you don't know that, we do.
If you haven't figured that one out.
That's right.
You want to talk about the bribery?
You can talk about the bribery. I have something else. You go ahead.
You go next.
No.
I just call people stupid. You might want to go.
No, it's fine. You can go ahead. So which part about the bribery? Oh, not the plane.
The plane.
Not the plane.
Yes.
Guys, we're about to have a visitor. Smokey is walking across the table. You don't see him yet.
Oh.
He's eventually going to get on camera, guys, because he can't help himself. I'm telling you.
He can't.
I'm watching him.
He's a cat. What do you think? They have...
Oh, shit.
So
go ahead. Yes, the plane.
Yes, the plane.
You remember Fantasy Island?
I do.
Some of y'all don't know about the Love Boat.
So, Qatar has given Trump a $400 million whore palace. If you have ever... I saw the inside of it yesterday. Okay. It is a whore palace.
You know Ma is watching this.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, Mom. She said that.
That is a
whore palace?
A whore palace.
Oh, shit. That's a good one.
That is an Epstein plane. Okay.
Oh.
And you know how much Trump loved Epstein. So he wants his own whore palace, and oh my God, I think I heard somebody say yesterday they better steam those rugs. Okay, that's how bad. All right, this plane is ridiculous with the bedrooms and the carpets and the parlors.
Is there baby oil?
I don't know about that, but I'm sure you'll follow up on that. So
a whore palace.
The whore palace.
That is so good. I really do have to.
So, you know.
Yeah, that plane's crazy.
What did he give them for that? What did he give them for that? Because you know what? It can't be used as Air Force One. I don't give a shit what kind of lies he's telling. Mm-hmm. Because it is not safe. Mm-hmm. It's not safe. It's not secure. Not that it matters, because his treasonous behind is out there telling them whatever they want to. Do you think they didn't turn Khashoggi over to Saudi Arabia? Do you think?
Oh, the other day when I saw what's his name there? I can always screw up his name.
I don't know, M something, whatever. MD. I was called MDB.
MDB, whatever.
Yeah.
Bahamas, whatever the hell this fucking name is. Anyway, the one
MSB or something.
The one, that nutcase. And I saw him with Trump, and I was like, you son of a bitch. Yeah. All I thought about was Khashoggi. All I thought about was him. I'm like, man, that man went in there and did not come out, and he chopped him up.
Yeah.
And, talk about a setup.
Yeah.
Talk about a setup. What? I was like, Jesus Christ. Like, and but you know what? They were doing business with him before.
Yeah, they were.
With his young, powerful, crazy ass before. Jared and him are buddies.
$2 billion. He paid Jared $2 billion. Do you think why? Because he likes his looks?
Oh, my God.
For reals?
Oh, my God. Not Jared Kushner. Not Pee Wee Herman. Rest in peace, Pee Wee Herman. But that's who he looks like to me. That's who Jared Kushner looks like to me. Pee Wee Herman. That's who he looks like to me. He could be riding on a little red bike.
So anyway.
Pee-wee's Big Adventure. That's who Jared looks like to me.
It is who he looks like. I mean, she's right.
That's just who he reminds me of.
So, but you think that's not a bribe? Really? That's why.
Nothing's for nothing.
We are not allowed, as political people in this country, to accept gifts. My God, Menendez is going to jail because he had little bricks of gold in his closet. All right? Mm-hmm. He was crooked as the day is long, but, okay, a $400 million plane's okay? Mm-hmm. There will be no prosecution there because, Bondi.
Yep.
So there'll be no prosecution there. And she even signed off on it like she has the actual right to do, which she does not. Okay? This is...
Hey, the Supreme Court can take gifts. I mean, they break it in. I mean...
Well, they're not supposed to. But anyway, let's not roll down that carpet.
Roll down used to be Black Thompson.
So anyway, the whore palace is supposed to be going to be retrofitted for gazillions of dollars because it would have to be completely taken apart and put back together again. Okay? To make sure that it's secure. It's not like it's just any plane. Air Force One is not just any plane. It's just not.
No.
So it's...
So you can't replace it with this.
I'm like getting old.
You can't replace it with this.
No.
No, you can't. Is it drone proof?
No. I can't. I'm
not making suggestions, guys.
Stupidity. I'm
just asking if it's drone proof. I'm just asking if it's like missile proof. I'm just asking.
The stupidity.
Things in the air, if you haven't read, things in the air are not safe lately.
They're not.
Okay? It's really like Russian freaking roulette.
Yeah.
For lack of a better term.
It really is.
It is like, I don't even want to fly. I don't even want to goddamn fly. Because I'm like, yo, man, I ain't going to that airport. I don't want to go there either because like shit is just happening. Like people are falling asleep and people don't have coverage and people don't. I mean, it's a fucking mess, man. And it's just dangerous everywhere. Yeah. And people are like, okay, I got to fly every day to work. And so I just got to live. And if it's my time, it's my time. Okay, that's cool too. Like I feel like that about a lot of things too. So I'll just start smoking crack right now.
I don't think so.
Shit. I would never. But I'm just saying. Yeah. I'm just saying.
So this is a bribery. This is bribery.
And he's gonna continue to get away.
But we don't know what he gave up for it.
Everything.
We don't know. So
We don't know what he gave to Russia.
No, we don't. So the fakery here is,
I think I know.
because the fakery here is that, fakery.
It's not a word.
Yeah, it isn't today. So the fakery here is that,
This is who I told my kids to call when they needed help with their homework.
and I helped them.
And she did a great job.
I did. So
Fakery. You guys paying attention? Godchildren paying attention? Okay.
yeah, Brianna might send me something.
She might send you
She
something.
might send me something. Yeah. So the falseness here. How about that? That's a better word. Okay. Whatever. The fakery. I like it better.
Okay.
All right. It kind of puts it in
give
there.
it a little like.
Yeah. Is that he's going to use it for Air Force One, and then it's going to be donated to his library. Like that asshole can read. Okay?
Wait a minute. I didn't get that part. To donate it to his library.
All right.
Get
Which
the fuck
is,
out of here.
again, more bullshit. All right. So basically what he's saying is, it's going to be Air Force One and then donate it to my library, in which case I'm going to take it home to Mar-a-Lago and use it because it'll be my right to do so. That is what this bribery bullshit is all about. All right. And it is bribery. Wow. And if you know what? If the mainstream media had any cojones, they would do it, call it what it is, and take care of that shit. Case in point today, China, the Chinese company that owns TikTok, bought $300 million worth of Trump cryptocurrency.
Oh, yeah. That's what they're talking about.
Why do you think they did that?
Yeah.
Because they want TikTok.
Yep.
All right. And TikTok was supposed to be going out of business, but now they've bought $300 million of cryptocurrency. That is hello.
I knew that was gonna happen. Oh God, I can't stand
right.
it. Okay, Smokey.
Smokey
wants to make his debut. Guy, keep talking about TikTok.
Smokey is saying y'all are talking too much, bitches.
Oh my
Get
God.
off.
Oh, Smokey.
So
you should be
good.
TikTok.
All right, it's supposed to be done kaput, whatever, unless it goes to an American. Well, this Chinese company, you think they just bought $300 million worth of Trump cryptocurrency for nothing?
Right.
It's another bribe.
Right.
All right, it's another freaking bribe.
Yep.
So, done, fini. I've said my piece. For the moment, your turn.
My turn. This is turns. It's like the Price is Right. What the hell are we doing
I need
right
to
now?
breathe. My throat's a little sore right now.
Oh man, she's talking a lot.
Yeah, I'm talking too much.
She's talking a lot. Okay,
talking too much.
Okay,
go ahead.
Here. All right. So, I just want to just touch on June 14th. The national protest against Trump in the war machine.
Yeah.
Right? I am going to be at a basketball tournament. My last one of the season. On Father's Day weekend, that is. Yeah. June 14th. Yeah. I did not realize that that's Trump's 79th birthday.
Yes. Yep.
Should he be there? Anyway. And that is the day of the parade.
Yes.
The Army's 250th anniversary parade. 150 vehicles.
Which would not have happened.
Aircraft.
Would not have happened.
And 6,600 soldiers. This. With the man who cut the VA.
Yep.
And his big overhaul of the federal government. Like, I don't even get, like, why.
They have no choice. He is the commander-in-chief.
And this is like a birthday? Like, this is like a birthday
so
parade?
So he's turned it into a birthday
because
party.
the only time I've ever seen those parades is like in North Korea.
Russia. Russia has them.
There they come.
Yeah.
Yeah, bullshit.
Russia has them.
Oh my God. Yeah. The narcissism, the freaking just, I can't. Like,
he wants to be these people. He wants to be this authoritarian person in a country that was not built for authoritarianism.
So weak. So weak.
Well, we are weak because we elected them.
No, we didn't.
No.
Well, I'm not taking that. I'm not owning that shit.
Who did not vote?
I'm not owning that.
Elected him.
Oh, I voted. I'm not owning that.
Yeah, the people who did not vote, and that's who I'm going to blame for this. The people who did not vote.
It's just an outrageous insult.
Yes,
to the American people.
It is.
To have a military parade celebrating him in the Army is just, it's out.
Celebrating the Army, yes.
but that's not what's happening.
But they would not have done that. They turned
this shit into, it's like, it's my birthday, guys.
Yeah.
Right?
He tried to do this last time he was in office. Remember?
Yeah, I remember him talking about
stopped.
it. Yeah, he was stopped.
He was stopped by the generals.
But the whole
that
point
they have all fired.
If ever he got back in office, it was going to be 10 times worse because the next time he was going to know exactly what to do.
Yeah, how to get rid of the people who
and replace everybody.
Which is why Hegseth is there, in case y'all didn't know.
That's right. And to replace everybody so he could get his folks in place so he could pull all this shit off before he croaks. Okay? That's what's happening here.
Which can't happen too soon.
And that part. And
I say every morning, is he dead yet? Oh, just saying. I know.
And you're Catholic.
Sorry. Yeah.
And we got an American Pope.
We do. Yeah.
What do you think about that?
I think that we were talking about a military parade.
Yeah, that's fine too. But hey, you're religious too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, so I am Methodist. You are Catholic. But I thought about that because I was very taken back by that. I was like, oh, okay, go get him. I like it. I like it.
I think Trump is the reason why.
Yep.
They elected this.
I think there's
Catholic Pope.
Yep.
Because he is a real. He is a real man of the people. He cares, just like Pope Francis did, about the poor and the marginalized and migrants. He's an Augustinian, and he is very much in tune with those who have less, which is completely against this jackass regime.
Yeah, I felt like it was. I felt like that was like a slap. It was a slapback. It was like, you know what? I mean, not that he doesn't belong there, because he does.
Yeah.
But it was like, we need a little extra help here, guys.
Yeah,
and for people like me who are not Catholic, I've never looked at the Pope in that way as a Catholic figure. I just never have. I've always respected that position, and I've always looked at somebody like that, like almost like a Mother Teresa type figure, and just thinking, wow, like it has nothing to do with Catholicism to me at all. It just, for me, it doesn't.
We could have a whole show on that.
Yeah, we could jump right all over that, since I went from the parade to that. But but because you brought up praying.
Yeah, well, I pray so every day.
That's right. Well, somebody's got
I pray every day.
Somebody's got to, guys.
Yeah, and I'm kind of like a Catholic Episcopalian at the moment, so I'm making up my own hybrid. So there you go.
Whatever works, right? Whatever works. Whatever keeps you grounded. Whatever that is.
Yeah.
So what else would you like to touch on?
Well,
we've talked about the local stuff, like the voting, because I think we got to start kind of bringing some of this stuff to home to bring it back to kind of where we are. Yeah. I think every time we talk, we go over. I think we started off like 40 minutes an hour. Then it was like a minute.
Well, actually, the first time
we did
it,
9, and now we're like at an hour and 12.
Well, I think the first time we did this, it was like an hour and 20 minutes.
I don't even know.
I think we've done better.
I don't know.
You know, but I think
it doesn't matter. We like to talk. You can shut it off, put it back on.
I think we stay focused. We try. I know.
Focus is not even a fucking word in this family. There's no focus, guys.
All right.
We zero in, we zero out. We just pull it in, pull it out. Oh, back to that.
So, actually, what I would like to finish with is we're living in a freaking nightmare, people. Okay? Trump is a transnational criminal. All right? Where he's going in these countries, his ass could be arrested because he is a freaking criminal. The world court is going to come after his ass at some point for sending these people to El Salvador. Yep. It's going to happen. Yep. All right? And I said it before. I think on the last show, that the only way we're going to get those people home is we're going to have to buy them back. And that's a travesty. All right? So, but this criminal was elected. Okay? He was elected. And I use that term loosely because we don't know the veracity of this election. We really don't. And unfortunately,
I don't even call it an election. I call it a transaction.
Joe Biden let us down. And he let us down. I can't
talk about Uncle Joe. You can
I know. I can do it. All right. But he let us down with this last election. Okay. He didn't look out for us. And I know he had hurt feelings and everything, but it is what it is.
But he should have just stepped away and let something else happen. That was probably our only chance of getting a female president.
No, we're going to do it again. And we're going to do it again because, only women are going to get us out of this shit.
Yeah.
All right. So.
We just might be dead by now.
This transnational criminal has been shaking down this country. Okay. Since his inauguration. He's been shaking us down. He is stealing from us left and right. Again, are you paying attention? And Congress is helping him. Congress is helping him. And believe me, this is a shakedown. And it's going to continue. All right? You've got the plane. You got the cryptocurrency. You got the freaking meme coins. You got him selling these $1 million dinners. All right? And they say, oh, these are fundraisers. No, the money's going right into his pocket. Into his family's pocket. What he just did in Syria was... He said, oh, we're going to drop all the sanctions. I'm going to do this as a favor to MSB or MBS or whatever the hell his name is. All right. Mr. Initials, the initial criminal in Saudi Arabia. All right.
It's Mohammed Sam.
Whatever. Bin Sam. Whatever.
I always screw it up.
And I'm doing that a favor for him. No, that's not why he did it. He did it because they said, oh, you can come and build a hotel.
Oh, yeah.
In our bombed out, burned out country.
Yeah.
Well, that's just where he likes to do it. Okay. So the Republican budget, all right, and I'm going to read this because it's too important to mess up. All right. The Republican budget is legal robbery. If you've been watching any of the hearings on it, it is, it's nothing but cuts to Medicaid. Nothing but cuts to Medicaid and SNAP and anything that helps anybody, there's going to be cuts. All right. They're coming for Social Security, people. Pay attention. I can't help it. I have to say it.
I know.
Right?
I know.
All
You
right?
just want to shake folks.
I know. Right? And so, and it's a robbery. It is a robbery. And and Trump and his gang of thieves, they're stealing us blind. I want you to think about this. Okay. Remember those movies like The Godfather where the criminals are going into the businesses in the neighborhoods and they're saying, pay me such and such amount of money for protection, and so businesses pay them, right? They pay them for protection. All right. So somebody else, another criminal won't come in and shake them down. All right. So, but there's always someone who stands up to them and says, no, I'm not going to pay you. And what happens to that business? The business gets burned to the ground. Well, let me tell you something. The United States of America is going to get burned to the damn ground. Okay? And even if you keep giving him what he wants, he's going to burn us down to the ground. And the reason why he's going to do that is because he's so freaking dangerous. And he's stupid. Okay? He's a stupid, dangerous criminal. And this is a really, really bad combination. So wake up, people. Do your homework. Pay attention. And you can finish.
Well, I was going to talk about Diddy, but I can't follow that. So we'll just have to wait till next time so that I can really, by then I'll have a lot more to talk about. But I got a lot to say about that. And so we won't do that. Or I'll do a separate one. Maybe tomorrow. Who knows? It doesn't have to be Wednesdays. You can do a whole one on Diddy.
You should. You should.
The travesties. So I think we're gonna wrap that one up for today because we're well over. And
sorry
if you're listening, yay. If you missed us, yay. But we will be back.
Don't miss us. We're worth watching.
Yeah, we are worth watching.
Watching.
We're pretty funny sometimes.
And
but we like to bullshit, but at the end of the day, this is serious stuff.
It is.
But we do like to go light with it because that's just who we are. But that's going to do it for us today on this Wednesday. And
WTF, man.
Yeah, WTF. Happy hump day, guys. Right? There's that. Bye-bye.